Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And this is going down. We do it right now. Daily go get up show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, take it off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be alright. We say that because the end is in sight. No, it's not. But we gonna do what we have to, and we gonna give it all we got. That's well true. And it's the DG show, and I'm glad to be here with y'all. That's real, yo. My brother from another mother, Norris, sit back, relax, do your thing, Max, chill. And Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow, she about to turn it out. And Stacey White, what's going on? I hope you're feeling alright, and I'm glad to see your face up in here tonight. And Carol Chamberlain, me favorita. It's so good to reach up. And Team Carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always good to have my peoples going right in your sight. So, here we are. The Daily Go Get 'Em is the show. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationship. Yo, man, if I start lagging or whatever, try to bear with this. Because my PC is acting a little funny. And I'm thinking it's acting funny because of this latest update. So it's lagging a little bit, and I'm hoping that that's temporary. But it's going to be all right. We do the thing, the game type work. It's going to be okay. So tonight, we're talking about toxic relationships. Is it toxic? Or are you just too sensitive? Is it toxic or are you just too sensitive? You know, we throw around the word toxic. Well, I ain't going to say we, but I'm going to say people on the internet throw around the word toxic all the time. I ain't going to lie, man. Before Facebook and before the internet and all of that, before social media, I never heard anybody describe relationships as being toxic. And I never heard them describe people as being toxic. Now, every time you turn around, you hear somebody or see somebody on social media talking about toxic people. I got to get rid of these toxic people. I was just in this toxic relationship. It's toxic relationships. Toxic. To the point where it gets hard to even know if somebody is being fair, if they're being honest, if they're being truthful. Like, it's hard to know now because we throw around the word toxic so much, or should I say, they throw around the word toxic so much that how do we really know if toxic has anything to do with toxicity? I think we should break down the word toxic. You know, when something is toxic, that means that it's poisonous. It can be deadly. It's like lethal. Toxic. It's not something to play around with. You know, if you ingest something that's toxic, you've been poisoned. It can kill you. At the very least, it can make you feel deathly ill. So it's not something that I think that we should just throw around and be playing around with like it's sweet like that, because it's not. So if somebody tells me that they are in a toxic relationship or that they're dealing with toxic people, nowadays, unfortunately, I have to sort of look at them like the Billy Goat Gruff, or I have to look at them like the boy who cried wolf, because in these days and times, I have to sort of consider the source more than just take their word for it, because, you know, to running around labeling people as toxic or saying that someone had you in a toxic relationship, that's sort of like a defamation of character. You know, if you're somebody that people consider to be toxic, or you have been abusive to somebody in a relationship, whether physically or emotionally, you know, that kind of makes you public enemy number one. So it's a way of defaming somebody who may not be deserving of that type of label. I certainly wouldn't want that label. But I'm pretty sure that some people have labeled me as a toxic person, or maybe some chick that I used to mess around with may have said that we were in a toxic relationship, and I'm like, I don't know about this one, baby. That's serious business right there. That's something that I would take very, very personally and very, very seriously, because the facts may not support the report. The facts may not support the account of the person giving the report. So you have to be a little careful, is what I'm saying, about who you believe, what you believe, and why you believe something. You know what I'm talking about, Ja? My man Ja Biggs is all up in the place. It's always great to see your face. And that's my word. So yeah. So we're gonna get into that tonight. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the daily go get it Mr. Show. We do this every single day, every day, every day. Every day it rains, every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Get It Business Show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I'm hoping that y'all feeling like real men and women should. I said real men and women should. I said real men and women should. It's Throwback Thursday, and it's all good. It reminds me of a pair of mulattoes, more like a pair of Lisa. Don't crease them jeans. Don't sew it on it, but I'm going to tell y'all about how I began. And I began at the top of the key. It's all about me and you, and we do what we have to. I don't screw around, fuck around, do that. Don't duck me now, cause you was a clown. And I heard what you said. You called me toxic. Yo, that's dead. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. You is a liar. Put you on fire just like my hand. I can't hold you in my hand. You might bite and it ain't right. Oh, why are you getting like that? Yo, I'm going to be the first up the bat, and I'm going to hit you like the ball and hit it home. I scored a K. Hey, yeah, it's that way. Because he don't know how to play. Cause talk this bullshit. That nigga don't know what to say. And this chick over here talk about I took all the money and crashed the car. I wouldn't do that shit. My name is Omar, and I'm a superstar. Well, so it's sort of like a local celeb, but I do this shit. And I know the level that the devil that tries to get me on. I'm the God, and that I would like to warn you not to play with me, boo. Come on now. You know this shit wasn't true. I wouldn't do you like that. All right. So we're talking about toxic people tonight. Come on, man. Come on, man. Have any of you ever been in a relationship that you would label, call, or describe as being toxic? You know what I mean? Have you ever been in it? Because one thing I don't want to do, damn, man, this shit crazy. One thing I don't want to do is I don't want anybody to feel like I'm being insensitive to any struggle that they have had, because what you have been through and what you have done and what has happened to you is a personal thing. And I don't want to get into people thinking that I don't have any compassion, or that I don't believe that some certain people have been through what they've been through. So I don't want to get into anything like that. But we do want to find out the truth. We just want to be real with each other. I'm just trying to be real. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones? Good to see me some of you, my brother. Some people I know are a little sensitive. Some people I know are a lot sensitive. And maybe sometimes For all my jokesters out there, for all my people out there that play too much out there, for all my people out there who like to poke fun at people, tease them a little bit, get up under their skin a little bit, pick at their brain a little bit. Sometimes you may get around people, you may be around people, you may meet people who aren't receptive to your style of comedy or your joking style or the way that you play around. So they get pissed off. Unfortunately, sometimes things like this can lead to fights. I've actually seen fights because somebody got mad over something that somebody said and they was really just fucking around with them. And I'm sure that y'all have seen times that even on this show, maybe in chat or somebody is called in and they was all up in arms and pissed off about something y'all like, I don't know. I mean, so I just kind of just fucking around with them. It ain't like all of that. And on social media, because I know many of y'all from social media, that may be where it starts, but that's definitely not where it ends. But I'm sure that you've seen posts where things have gotten out of hand because somebody said something and maybe they were just trying to be a little sarcastic, or maybe they was joking around, poking fun. It was just, just playing, and somebody got real serious about it. And next thing you know, they having an all out social media war. And you looking, and you're following the thread, and you like, yo, I can see exactly where this went wrong. And the problem is, certain of this person thought that this person was serious when they said this, and they wasn't. So when they tried to do damage control, it only got worse. So the person trying to do damage control, and trying to actually apologize for what they said or the way that somebody took what they said, then they got mad. Like, hold on, whether I was serious or not, what I said wasn't that deep for you to be coming at my neck like that. So now I'm not only am I not apologizing, but yo, fuck you. And I think that you ugly, and I don't think it can get bad. It can get bad, baby. It can get bad. Do you know what I'm saying? Actual fact. So sometimes when you're dealing with a person that's too serious, it can take a lot of the fun out of the relationship that you're having. And what can make that even less fun is not only that you stop having fun with your lady or your man, but then maybe you didn't take what happened personally. Maybe you was like, well, as my man say, players fuck up too, man. Players fuck up too. So you may have looked at it like, well, one bad, it ain't no big thing. I don't consider them a bad person. But at the same time, they on the other side screaming about how fucked up you are, how bad you did them, and how have you ever experienced something like that? Where somebody is telling somebody else, somebody that you used to be friends with or cool with or in a relationship with, or maybe even married to, talked about how bad you dogged them out or how bad you messed them over and all this old shit. You like, what the hell are you talking about? I never did anything to you. I never did anything but try to help you. I mean, there's something wrong with your fucking brain. Your brain and your emotions, your shit is crazy. And then, and then there's that. Then there's that. The word crazy. We throw around the word crazy a lot. We throw around the word crazy a lot, and people get sensitive about that. I'm not crazy. Well, don't call me fucking crazy. How come? Why is it when you call people on their bullshit, then they want to label you as crazy? That's a woman's cry right there. Yeah, I don't hear men saying that. Like, yeah, when I caught her in that bullshit that she was doing, now she wanna call me crazy. No, women don't call men crazy when they catch them in shit. But I guess men call women crazy when they catch them in whatever. I don't know. I guess my philosophy in life is that life goes on no matter what. And I know that has given me problems with some people. Because you know how it is when somebody wants you to cry and you there like, Well, I don't really cry about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Yeah. So it can cause problems with some people. You know, some people really want to pull all of your emotional juice out of you. They want to milk all of that shit out of you, and your resistance to that can be off-putting to some people. It can be offensive to some people, and you looking like only cry for people I love. That's number one, and I only cry at funerals or when somebody I know gets hurt or passes away. And you still here. And as a matter of fact, I wish you wasn't here, but you are. So do you? But I still got love for you and all of that. But I'm gonna holler back. I'm gonna holler back. Word up, word up. All right, we gonna keep this thing going. TK Wright says when I'm on the mic, there won't be no delaying. Ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I'm on the mic, there won't be no delaying. Word. Ansel Jones says different branches of service has different reputations. Like Air Force is soft, start many fights. Dumb to me. Okay. And so says I had to stay with the person. I had to stay with the person even though it was stupid. Okay. Jay Wright says your computer must be adjusting to the update. Is it lagging? Or is it getting better? Queen Danine Super, what's going on? Because I can see it. I can see it. You know, like I was seeing it. You know, kind of drag a little bit. And I'm hoping that as time goes on, as it adjusts to this update, I'm hoping that it'll get it right. You know what I mean? I have to take it back to Windows 10. I don't have no problem taking it back to Windows 10. All right, y'all. If y'all would like to call into the show, hold on. First of all, hit that like button, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Get Mism Show. And we are talking about, is it toxic or are you just too sensitive? Is it toxic? Are they toxic? Was it toxic, or were you just a little bit spoiled, a little bit sensitive, a little bit scarred, a little bit hurt, a little bit bitter, a little bit. TK Wright says it was earlier. You're good now. Okay. So earlier it was like, and now it's like, if y'all would like to call into the show, I invite y'all to call in. And the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby, on. 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 Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. And tonight we are talking about toxic relationships, toxic people. Was it toxic, or are you just a little too sensitive? I see that we have a caller on the line. Caller with the last number 2192. I'm going to take you right now, brother. And then after that, we have a caller with the last numbers 1132. So let's go. Caller with the last numbers 2192. Welcome. Hold on. This thing just, oh my goodness. This is gonna be a hell of a night tonight. All right. Are you there?
Shalom, brother.
That's what's up, man. Listen, I got you on, and I guess you can hear me, and I can hear you. But it looks like I haven't brought you on yet. So this is, as long as we here, we good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, man. Good topic tonight.
That's what's up.
Good topic tonight. I want to speak on the topic toxic. I've been in a toxic relationship before, and you kind of bring back memories when you were talking about the perception getting lost during the mix of either an argument or whatever you want to call it. Like basically something going on and then having to go back in the thread and like figure it out, like how everything can get misunderstood like real fast, especially in a relationship. My last relationship was really toxic, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it was to the point to where I could identify and point out the problems, and by the time we'll start trying to work the problems out, like, shit put me through a maze to where I have to backtrack so far, it'll be too far gone, you know, like, and like the problem will still be there because you directed me through a maze, and now I got to backtrack on to problems that originally had me in that state, you know. Yeah, I was in a toxic relationship. I mean, even though some may think, oh, dude just might be a little sensitive, or dude might just be in his feelings, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I know toxicity when I see it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not one to put the blame on others and just overlook myself, because I self-evaluate a lot, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I do that a little bit too much, but I also, like, during the whole relationship, I, like, you know, like, damn, like, maybe I'm too serious, or maybe I, like, you get what I'm saying? Or, like, I always self-evaluate myself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we always let, like we can't let people walk and think that, and speak down on our name and think that they did everything right. So they're going to feel like they did everything right. You know what I'm saying? They're going to feel like they wasn't the problem, you was the problem. Like, you get what I'm saying? Which in all ends, if y'all not together, then yeah, it's cool. Think what you want to think. You know what I'm saying? If you were the problem, it's going to show in what you did. But what is your version of toxic though?
You know, I was going to ask you that, but I'll tell you this. Like I was talking about earlier in the show. One thing, okay, toxic in its pure form, by definition, is something that's poisonous. It's something that makes you sick. You know, it's something that makes you physically ill. So when we talk about something
like I wanted to be with her, but like being with her made me like it made me sick. Like, it didn't make me physically sick, but it made me sick as in my emotions, and as in how like mentally wise, it made me sick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you are in a bad relationship, you're going to feel it. You don't need nobody to validate that. But that's the difference. And what I'm talking about, there has to be a difference between what is a bad relationship or an unhealthy relationship. Because before social media, that's what I call bad relationships. You know, they were unhealthy because they made you feel unhealthy. They either made you unusually sad, unusually angry, or, you know, unusually uncomfortable. So that's not healthy. You understand what I mean? But when the internet came along, when social media came along, then I started hearing all of this toxic people, toxic relationship. You know,
you're right, bro. You're right, bro.
I never heard that shit before, my man. Never.
Yeah, you're right, bro.
I'm gonna give you another example of how social media and how the media itself starts making you say shit because everybody else starts saying it. Remember last year when Jada Pinkett was messing came out. Yeah, that she was messing around with August Alsina, and she called the situation an entanglement. Now everybody running around here calling this shit. Now everybody calling they little cheating.
Ain't nobody even know what the fucking entanglement was before that.
Yo! I'm like, entanglement? I ain't saying that shit. Entanglement. Bitch, you was cheating. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. Everybody trying that shit. Yeah. So, but you know, entanglement sound lighter. It sounds softer. It sounds like it had more meaning to it. You know what I'm saying? But no.
Yeah.
You know, you had a little, you know, you had the young boy on the side. He was all caught up. You know what I'm saying? But I never heard nobody describe their extramarital relationship as no entanglement. After that shit,
T.I. expeditiously.
How about that, right?
Nobody using that before that
expeditiously. The only time I ever heard the word expeditiously was with the movie back in the day called Lean on Me, and Joe Clark, the principal, he told his students to move expeditiously. You know, it meant like move faster. But anyway, So when we start talking about the power of the media and the influence that other people have on you in your peer group, whatever that may be, you know, then we start identifying with certain terms when it might be the case where we just have to consider the source of where the information is coming from. I know that you've probably been around some people that was just a little. I'm sure you've been around people who played around too much, joked around too much, and you probably been around people who were too sensitive. Like you never had no fun around them. You know what I mean? They come in a room and the room get dark. Like, oh, here we go. Here we go with this person, bitching about everything and always talking about somebody is attacking them. And they seem a little weird, a little crazy, because it's like, come on, man, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. You know what I mean? But they boo-hooing and protesting about every little thing. So for me, it stands to ask, all right, were you really in a toxic relationship? Are the people in your life really toxic, or are you just mad sensitive and can't take a joke or can't be played around with or played with or you just can't allow people to have fun around you? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's where we trying to take it tonight. You know, because I've been labeled.
I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm looking at it like that now, because being too sensitive can kind of come over as toxic too. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like being too emotional, being too sensitive can come off as toxic. Like, people can be like, damn, you always, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You always want to start an argument. You always taking shit too serious. Why you always being feelings? They'll call that toxic as well too. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, acting like a little pussy. When it's a dude, it's like, come on, man. It ain't that deep, you know what I mean? And when it's a woman, it's like, all right, she can't be a pussy, but it's like, oh, here she go. You know, like every man she been with did her wrong. Her family never did her right. Her friends be backbiting.
Yeah, that's toxic.
Yeah. And that's funny because she might be the one that's calling everybody toxic when she's really the toxic person. She make everybody else sick.
Yeah.
Everybody else that can manage to get along with each other, you know, through thick and thin or whatever the case may be. Everybody who's able to get over things, they come along and they spoil the party. Like we was all over here, we was having drinks. You know, certain people was smoking. They was having a good time. We was talking about shit, this, that, and the third, or whatever. These chicks over there twerking, dancing with each other, and posting it on social media. And here you come in here like, yo, somebody poisoned my cat today. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I found a strange hair in my man's sheets today. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Yo, somebody get our Long Island iced tea. Nobody want to hear this bullshit.
You said Long Island iced tea.
Yeah, you about to start making people. It's about to make people who don't drink start drinking. Like, listen, I don't even drink, but I'm about to start serving drinks tonight. You know what I'm saying? But
that's how it be too. Being in a toxic relationship, bro. Like, and especially like this is what I'm glad it brought back this in my head because like I said, I always self-reflect. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And being in a toxic relationship, it makes you want to think like, damn, is it me? Like, am I like? And then you go on yourself too much. You look upon yourself too much, and you start putting their issues on you, like putting you as the blame for it. Like that's what I have a problem at.
Mm-hmm.
Like I give people the benefit of the doubt too much. You know what I'm saying? To where I'll start taking their issues and basically putting it as, oh, I'm getting the blame for it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I know in my head and I know for a fact what's been going on and who's right, who's wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's in the right, who's in the wrong type thing. We like, like, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe it gets you to think like, okay, do everybody think they're right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't I'll be thinking upon myself like, is it just me thinking that I'm right, or am I really truly right? Do everybody, because everything has its own perception. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else have their own perception of everything else as well. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it can be looked at in different ways. The problem, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if me and a girl got a problem, it can be looked at 50 ways before we get a understanding of which way I'm looking at it and which way I have a problem at the way I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like a combination. Like it got so many different ways that you can open it up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the problems get lost in the maze. You know what I'm saying? And then once the problem get lost, like don't just let the problem go. It got to get fixed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So once the problem get lost in the maze, it can't get found to get fixed. So the relationship really just goes to shit because none of the problems ever get fixed.
Right. Yeah. So, have you ever been with anybody that jumps at every opportunity to try to criticize you? And I don't mean constructive criticism, like somebody who tries to hone in or harp on or point out your weaknesses or your imperfections, or to try to make it seem like you don't know how to do anything right. Have you ever been with anybody or been around somebody who does that to you or somebody else?
Man, I'm about to get real deep on you right now, bro. I hope I don't lose you. But everybody that come in my life has shown me, because it's kind of like it's kind of like I've been without my family for so long, bro. I make my family with the women that I you know what I'm saying. That's the reason why I try to get in relationships, because I'm just by myself. I'm not with a woman. I'm by myself. So with that being said, women that I get with, they know all my secrets. They know all my, you know what I'm saying, because who else I'm gonna tell it to? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The woman's supposed to be your best friend anyways. But with that being said, everybody I come in contact with, not just women, but family too. Like, you know what I'm saying? They all prove and show me the same thing. And the thing is leading. They know, like people that actually know me, they know that, hey, you're not here. He by himself. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get close, like, man, he out here by himself. If he really don't care to be by himself, because I could be kissing ass and you know what I'm saying, doing a whole lot of other shit. But people that actually get around to know, they actually know, hey, Jordan is by himself. Right. If you want to get in his head, or if you want to, you know what I'm saying, get to him. If you want to do something that's gonna get to him, leave him.
I can dig it. Yeah.
No, everybody in my life leaves. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you really want to get to him, leave him. But it's not like he just break me, because like I said, it's something y'all, somebody always that got me good on the inside, you know what I'm saying? But everybody, family, friends, women, everybody leave. They do the same, but this is why I tell women, like you expect for me to treat you different from everybody else, but you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. You want to be treated different from everybody else. Do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like every relationship gonna have problems. Every relationship gonna have trouble. It's just when you gonna stop running.
Okay. Now,
you know what I'm saying? We all running. We all. It's just when you gonna stop running. Like nobody has proved to me that you know what I'm saying, they willing to stick by me through thick and thin. Whether I'm doing bad or doing good. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has proven that to me. Family, mother, father, literally nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I see. Like, people have been telling me and been proving to me that, you know what I'm saying, by leaving.
Okay, let me ask you this: with any particular woman that you've been with before, what do you think? Where do you think her compulsion to try to bring you down or focusing on the negative parts of yourself comes from? What do you think makes her want to do that? Do you think it was something in her history? Do you think it was I mean, from what you've known about her, learned about her, whatever, did you figure out in any way where the way that she acts and the way she conducted herself came from?
Can you state that one more time? State that for me again, please.
Okay. So
I'm really trying to hear.
So think about one particular woman that you've been with that maybe tried to focus on your imperfections or on the negative parts of you. What do you think? Why do you think that she did that? Where did she get the compulsion to do that? You know, from what you learned about her family history, personal history, relationship history. What do you think made her act the way towards you that she did? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to put it together in my head. You said what makes her act the way she acts?
Yeah. Why do you think? Yeah. What from what you learned about her, from what you knew about her, and that's whoever you want to use as an example. What do you think was going on with her or has happened with her to make her treat you the way that she did? Do you think it came from somewhere, or do you think that she was just evil, or like why do you think that she did it?
Well, it all comes from it all comes from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Everything got to starting point, and it comes from your parents. Whichever one you want to take after, because I knew both of her parents. Her mom and her dad was two different people. I was cool with her dad. I was like literally like I was like her dad's. I was becoming her dad's best friend type thing. Dude would offer to take me out to go drink beers and shit. You know, that type of he'll come and tell me problems about him and his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of shit. That's how close. And her dad was a kind dude. Like that. Her dad was a cool ass dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he put up with her mom bullshit for a lot. Cheating on her, had a baby by his cousin. Like you know what I'm saying? So the dude he got a big ass heart. You know what I'm saying? And he still take care of the kid. You know what I'm saying? And with the family. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot of humility to still be with a woman that does you dirty so bad. That's her dad's mentality. See, now her mama mentality is the fucked up. She like both of her parents is Hispanic. The mom like black boys, like black dudes. So her mom always cheated on her dad. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and that's how I know all this shit is because her father was so close to me. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, so it's kind of like whoever you pick after. She had a kind heart. She had a part of like her dad. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, but I think that her mother, the side of her mother just took over her. You know what I'm saying? Just like we all carry both parts of our parents, whether you believe it or not. I can say for myself, sometimes I can be a little bit emotional, like you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can I don't know, and some people would call it a curse, but I don't think it is. Like, cause I got this thing to where I could be just chilling, but if something feels like totally right, like legitly right, like not forced at all, but like in having two people that I know having a good conversation. I'm talking about a genuine conversation, and if shit feels too genuine, I will actually tear up for no reason. Like a good moment type feeling. Like I don't know why, but that's just and see, I know I get that side, that feminine side from my mom. You know what I'm saying? Cause I grew up since I was like 12, but I had my dad in the house with me, but it wasn't just like all like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I wanted. But I know I have some traits from my mother, but a lot of my father's traits are coming out of me now that I'm getting older. Now that I'm finding out who I want to be. A lot of my father's traits are coming to a standstill to where when people even look at me, they're like, "Yo, bro, you look like your pops, bro. Man, you act like your pops, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
So we carry both traits of both our families. So I just think it came from her family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Her mother and her father. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that whenever she got in her head to where like, okay, I need to do something to reflect the pain that he's been giving me. So she turned bad girl and started being like her mother. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And thought that those things could help her in the long run. And now look, I'm without even saying no names, she thought that, you know what I'm saying, starting to be like her mother could change things. So she left me, got with another dude, had a baby, and now she's by herself, single mother, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? Trying to make it, and then when I talked to her about it, trying to get some closure type shit, she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," you know what I'm saying? "I ain't never wanted," you know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, he be beating on me and woo. I'm like, I thought you was telling everybody, I thought you was spreading out my name, saying I'll be, you know what I'm saying, be whooping your ass, I'll be leaving you at the house, go flirt with other women, you know what I'm saying? I thought you was making me the monster. She was like, no, you not that bad. He bad. I'm like, bro. You see what I mean? Like when we was in a relationship, it was like all me. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, now you see, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: for all you knew about her parents' marriage, their relationship, and everything, would you describe their relationship as toxic?
Hell yeah.
Would you describe your ex as toxic?
Fuck yes.
Okay. Do you think that your ex considered her dad to be weak?
I do. I don't consider her dad to be weak, but I think she considered her dad to be weak. You know what I'm saying? And especially by the way she would talk to me. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't talk down on her dad. She loved her dad. She loved her dad a lot. So who couldn't love her dad? You know what I'm saying? Her dad it wasn't like, cake ass nigga. Like, the dude used to be a big buff ass nigga back in school. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude can have, and he had other women too. Like while we talking, the dude had a little younger woman. You know what I'm saying? Petite little thing. He had choices with other women, but he was just like he dealt with what he dealt with. You know what I'm saying? He had a family with this woman, so he was like, you know what I'm saying? He just really loved. Like, that's a man that I would look up to as in love wise. You know what I'm saying? Being able to love somebody correctly. That man know how to love somebody correctly, because no matter what, thick and thin, no matter how bad that girl is, that man, he had a heart to stick there. And ain't nobody, like, you gotta have more than just heart to stick around in a town, a small town at that. It's not big like Philly and all that. These small towns, everybody know everybody, you know what I'm saying? Literally, these are small towns, bro. Like to stay in a small town with everybody knowing your business like that, bro, you gotta be a strong man.
Yeah.
A strong man.
Do you think that your ex looked at her mother as being strong?
I think that was her version of being strong.
Okay. No, I'm just saying, do you think your ex considered your mom? I mean, I'm sorry, her mom to be strong. Like if she considered her
Yeah,
dad.
I think that was her. I think that was her. Well, I think in her head that was her version. But whenever we would talk, you know what I'm saying, she would always be like, her dad is the strongest. Her dad is, you know what I'm saying. She uplifted her dad. It ain't like she disrespected her dad or down talked him to me or anything like that. It wasn't like that. She actually really loved her dad to the core. Okay. But it's just like her traits as in a woman turned out to be like her mom. And I'm starting to see like you know what I'm saying, like when you separate yourself from people, you start to see how they can become just like their parents or how their parents became like that.
Yeah, I believe so. And it's hard because you come from your mom and your dad. It's hard not to exemplify characteristics from both of them at different times. But the times and places and situations that you take from both of your parents or either of your parents' behavior will dictate the kind of person that you are. So if you consider her parents' marriage to be toxic, and you consider your ex to be toxic, and evidently with your ex moving on to the next man and then describing him as being toxic, where she's coming back to you and saying that you was all right compared to him, you were the good guy, but when she was with you, you said that she described you as the bad guy all the time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's a good chance that she's probably toxic. And your description of her is probably more accurate than inaccurate. But I think it takes people a while to find themselves in certain situations, and you may be a toxic person, just like you were talking about earlier about evaluating yourself, doing self-evaluations, and pretty much giving yourself an audit, giving yourself a little taking inventory.
Exactly.
Yeah, taking inventory. I think that's an important thing for everybody to do, but a lot of people don't do it, and you can see the effects of how people are affected by the people who don't learn from their evil ways or their bad ways or their toxic ways or whatever. But we still have to do the work that's necessary to be able to identify who's really toxic and who's not, or who's just super sensitive and can't take a joke or whatever. Going back to what we were talking about earlier. It's hard to be around people who you can't play around with. You said something interesting that I totally believe in, but that I wonder if a lot of men agree with that. You said that for a man, his woman should be his best friend. That's a lot of wisdom to me, because I've always felt like that. And a lot of men try to glorify they homies and this, that, and the third or whatever. But when it really all comes down to it, a man feels more like
anytime I was locked up, bro, I ain't had no homies. Well, I'm not gonna say like that. Cause I'm not no bad boy. I'm not gonna portray nothing that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I only been locked up once, and that was recently. You know what I'm saying? But when I was locked up, I ain't had no homeboys to call. The only person I could call to bail me out was my girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime I ain't had nowhere to sleep, it was a girl that helped me out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anytime I ain't, you know what I'm saying, had to eat, it was a girl that helped me out. Every time, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of like my woman is my best friend. Like, and especially how I am, like, I don't have, like, I've had family, but I don't fuck with my family. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I got to make my own family. So she got to be my best friend.
Yeah.
And I think that's the real reason why I'm not rushing into nothing right now, because I'm tired of just doing some shit just for no reason.
Yeah, I think I've always felt like the only person that can make a man feel like a man is a woman, and a woman
exactly.
And also a woman is the only person that can take a man's manhood away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like it's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. You definitely have
women,
to.
but women don't know that, bro.
Oh.
Women have let the music industry and the new way of living make them forget all their powers. Women have superpowers, natural born superpowers. You know what I'm saying? That the world has made them forget or look over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't use them in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that some people, when some people recognize where their power is, some people use it to really help things and improve things, and some people use their power to hurt. And one thing about having power, and one thing about power is that the more you have of it, the more ability you have to either help a whole lot or hurt really bad. So power.
Okay, that's good. That's the thing. I got a question, bro. So do you think I gave too much power?
No. Well, I'll tell you like this. Even with you telling me what happened, I can't and I won't tell you what you did right or wrong in that situation, because I know for a fact that when a man and a woman get together, feelings are involved, and you're normally going to go with the way that you feel. The way that a woman makes a man feel, and the way that a man makes a woman feel is gonna compel them to either comply or resist. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna fault no man for trying to improve the relationship that he has with his woman. I'm not the one to do that. I'm not going to sit and tell you, nah, man, you know what I mean? Fuck that bitch. She ain't blah 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 blah. You know why? Because I'm not inside your chest. I don't beat. I'm not the thing that beats inside your chest that makes your blood pump. You know what I mean? So I don't.
I meant that in, do you think I gave her too much power, as in, like, you know what I'm saying, letting her know too much, or you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. I don't, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't think that was giving her power. You can the only way that's giving somebody power. Hold on. Let me just say this. First of all, you're supposed to be able to share with your woman anything that you've been through, any way that you feel. You know what I mean? You should be able to talk to your woman about that and tell her about that. And if you can't, that's worse than being in a toxic relationship. There ain't nothing worse than being in a relationship with somebody that you don't feel like will accept you because of who you are, what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing worse than making somebody. Ain't nothing worse to me than being in love with somebody that makes you feel like you got to keep all the ways that you feel a secret. Man, fuck that. So
you gotta walk on eggshells. Oh my God, bro. Hey man. Say man. Oh, I was walking on eggshells. Okay, I was not talking about my baby mama this whole time, bro.
Okay.
I'm talking about my ex.
Cool. Yeah, right.
My baby mama, I was walking on eggshells the whole time with her. And that's the reason why it was so short now, and why, like, you know what I'm saying? I thought, like, it's all gonna come together too, because I told you the other time I didn't want to let it out how my baby was born anyway. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was like I was walking on eggshells anyway. Like, I was already stoked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was like, I felt like that was the most beautiful girl I ever been with. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, you know what? I want a mixed breed baby. I don't want my son to go through the shit that I go through being a black kid. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, shit, if it's any point, they said I might as well give me one in now. And you gotta look at it. I was 18, so I was already 4 or 5 years in by myself. I was by myself since 13. You know what I'm saying? So I was already feeling lonely than a bitch at 18. I was in the army and everything. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like I was like shit, having this kid, shit, I stuck in their family, you know what I'm saying? I'm lonely no more. Shit, I had the kid, I'm still lonely.
So wait a minute.
With a whole another heap of problems, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, yeah, I know what you mean, walking on eggshells. I was walking on eggshells with my best mom, and it still ended bad. You know what I'm saying? That was a relationship that I literally, if I was anything in that relationship, I was that. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, I wasn't messing with no females. I wasn't talking to no females. You know what I'm saying? I was walking on eggshells with this woman. Like, I ain't really just telling secrets like that. Like, she don't really know too much about me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
it's a negative situation, because what can happen in a relationship where you have to keep everything about yourself a secret is that you begin to lose yourself. Like, once you lose yourself, when you try to exemplify the self that you were, and you're not really that anymore because you've suppressed that, then how are you going to ever keep it real with the person that you're with? And how are you going to recognize?
Damn, bro, you just made me realize some shit, man. And it took this long. Damn.
It ain't never too late. It ain't never too late. But toxicity. You making me actually think about some things. Maybe toxicity can take on different forms that I hadn't really thought about. Originally, when I was drawing up this show, I was thinking about how people would just be throwing around the word toxic and toxic relationships and all of that. I was thinking about how people, like, it's November right now, and people are already on social media talking about the end of the year is coming soon. I'm about to be clearing house. All the toxic people, I'm gonna get all these toxic people off my timeline. A lot of times people are saying that people are toxic just because they don't agree with them, just because they have an opposite opinion of them. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm thinking, like, like, listen, man, wasn't nobody put on this earth to become a yes man for you, him, her, the next man, or anybody, So if you only, well, first of all, if you're so egotistical and so arrogant to think that every way that you think and everything that you do is 100% right and correct, then that's a problem. That's number one. And then number two, if you only surround yourself with people who agree with you, how can you ever have a conversation? There's nothing to talk about. We feel the exact same way.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So if the people who disagree with you are so-called toxic, I mean, damn, that means yeah. So that means the parents that you grew up with, they had to be toxic too, because I know they didn't agree with everything that you wanted to do with your young mind. They had to guide you when you were misguided or when you were misunderstanding things. So, I just think I think that the word toxic and toxicity and toxic people and toxic relationships, like, I think that they have to be studied a little bit closer. They have to be they have to be,
because it's so, it can go, it ain't just relationships like boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife. It can be just like you said, son and kids and adults, you know what I'm saying, and parents.
Right.
It can be like that relationship type thing, just like you said. So that's the reason why I kind of agree with you. It do need to be studied more, because it's such a variety, and it's so, like, people just like attach words to it. Need to be understood, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Broken down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to be careful. That's what it kind of boils down to. We have to be careful about the words that we use and the meanings that we think we understand versus maybe lack of understanding about. Like, I don't, if we talk about people in our lives being toxic all the time, then we have to take some type of responsibility along the way to ask ourselves, well, what am I doing attracting all of these toxic people? You know, what can I do?
What did I contribute to that?
Mm-hmm. You know, like is what kind of energy am I giving off that makes me susceptible to being with all these toxic people or being in these toxic relationships? Because we have to take accountability somewhere along the way. We have to take responsibility somewhere in some way, you know. So I mean, it's like, what we gonna do? We got to try to do the best that we can, and it's not that hard to do the best that we can. So, yeah.
I'm glad you said do the best that we can, because I said this the other day. I ain't gonna take up too much time, but I said this the other day. Just because a lot of people nowadays, just because they feel like, oh, you can't be perfect, that you just can't, that you just gotta be wrong altogether. Like, no, still strive to be perfect. Just because you can't be perfect don't mean that you have to be worse or the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, or just because you can't do it the right way. This is why I said that. Because I seen this birth control up here at my job. I seen that. I ain't know we sell birth control pills like that, Plan B pills, and it was like $30. And I'm like, damn, they selling birth control pills. They damn near the same amount as a 12-pack. And I told my boss when he came in, I was like, damn, I didn't know we sell birth control pills. He was like, oh yeah, and I was like, that's kind of fucked up. And he was like, well, you got to understand, because some people get raped, and I'm like, I understand that, but two wrongs don't make it right. You had that baby, you supposed to have that baby. Why you gonna kill that baby? You know what I'm saying? It's like you go to God. It's like everybody got to answer to a God, right? If everybody believes in God, you believe it, you got to answer to somebody, right? So whenever you go to answer to that person, and he be like, okay, son, or okay, daughter, you know what I'm saying, my daughter, why did you abort my son that I sent to you? Oh, well, God, I was raped, and you know, but why did you abort my son that I sent to you? You get what I'm saying? It's like, how are you gonna answer to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, but two wrongs don't make it right. Just because you can't be right all the way, don't mean that you got to be all the way wrong. So that's what I mean. That's why I brought that up. So you talking about the Plan B pills? Yeah, like when people the Plan B pills, they fucking, I seen some in my store. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, why can you kill a baby for like $30? You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? Like, I don't know why it's so cheap for you to kill a human being like that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's in the corner stores like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just throwing that up like that. Like why are you gonna be all the way wrong just because you can't be all the way right? You know what I'm saying? Just because, like my boss, he did the cliche thing. He brought up, well, the Plan B pills are for what if a girl gets raped, and you know what I'm saying, and like everybody brings up that scenario. But just because you can't be all the way right, don't mean that you have to be all the way wrong. Just because you got raped, don't mean you have to kill this baby that God has blessed you with. Because everybody can't have kids. You know what I'm saying? Like rather than he was like, well, what if they come out like you know what I'm saying, syndrome, Down syndrome, like, you know what I'm saying? So what? You think them kids supposed to been gone too or what? I don't know, man. So what? I ain't. What? You know what I'm saying? Just because you can't be all the way right, don't mean you got to be all the way wrong. I don't know. I agree with the Plan B, because most of all, like most people who take Plan B take it before they even know they pregnant. So you don't even know. It's like, you know, if you've had unprotected sex all the way, then I think it's smart to take the Plan B before. Yeah, but like I'm against all man-made medicine though. Like that's just me. Like, it's not. I'm not just down in that, but I'm just against all man-made. You know what I'm saying? Because and really, bro, if you want to be scared of having a baby, don't be doing what you're doing. It's just like my parents used to tell us growing up. You know what I'm saying? If you get kissing, don't be doing nothing you don't supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just like they used to tell us growing up. If you're scared you're gonna have a baby, don't be doing what you're doing. But people do it anyway, but I'm just saying. But that's what I'm saying. Just because you can't be all the way right, don't mean you have to be all the way wrong. Like, the world ain't perfect. Everybody always say that. Just because it ain't perfect, don't mean that we can't strive to be, you know what I'm saying? Because if we don't strive to be perfect, then we will never be good. Because we always downplay ourselves.
Okay. I don't know, Jack. If my daughter or my wife or my sister got raped, they ain't having that baby. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Ain't no way that baby is coming into this world. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the shot.
Well, yeah, that's just. If I'm just saying, if you really just look deeper in it, I'm just saying, just look deeper in it, and you don't even. But it's your purpose because it's your family that you raised. It's you know what I'm saying. Everybody got their own. You know what I'm saying. I can't go into another castle and tell this king how to run his castle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like another king can't come to my castle and tell me how to run mine. You know what I'm saying? So but the only thing I can do is I'm just looking at it at a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah. I always gotta look at it at a different angle. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, I could have been one of them kids that got aborted. I could have been the great that double came. You know what I'm saying? Like just talking to me. You feel me? But I don't know. I'm glad my son ain't get Plan B. Shit, no.
Well, you know, different situations. All I know is I've seen too many children come into this world that weren't wanted, and they got treated like shit. And I would definitely rather prevent that from ever even being the case than to bring a child in this world that has to go through foster care and all kinds of abusive situations and trying to find and trying to find love in their lives and never being able to do it. I ain't really with all of that. I can deal with death. I can't deal with a bad life. I'm good. But nonetheless,
he said life too long.
Yo, I'm real shit.
But life, you gotta live that motherfucker.
Yo, listen, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I can't stand human suffering. I don't even like animal suffering. You know what I mean? I don't like suffering. I'm like, yo, cut that, let it go. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Watching my pop die this year, it had an effect on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to keep him alive. He wanted to die. And I can't understand why he wanted to die. But I got it. I had to accept it, even though I didn't want to. But he didn't want to suffer. He didn't like it, and I ain't gonna front. I didn't like seeing him suffer either. But I'm sitting here wondering. I'm hoping that God is going to send a miracle or whatever. That my prayers are going to save him and all of that. And it just wasn't to be. They say that God works in mysterious ways. And he does, but he also works in very obvious ways if you take the cues that he's giving you. So because he's a higher power and he controls this whole thing, if you believe it, then it's foolish of you to think that you understand his plan. We can't only blame the Lord or give the Lord credit when it's convenient for us. So when great things happen to us, we can't say that, oh yeah, that's God right there. You know what I'm saying? All praise is due to Allah, or all glory be to God. We can't do it then. And then when we do things bad, then we want to be like, yo, that's the devil. I'm like, now hold on now. Hold on. How you know? Like from what I understand, every life is the responsibility of God. But we trying to say that only the nice deaths are up to God. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so if you die of natural causes, or if you in a car accident, or if you die young or whatever, then you got called home. But if somebody murder you, stab you, plot on you, something like that God ain't had nothing to do with that. I don't know. His plan is his plan.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get where you come from.
All I'm saying is his plan is his plan, and maybe he has to we know that everything and everybody has to die. We do know that, but we don't want to accept the source that it's coming from. We accept the source of where it's coming from with life, but we don't want to accept the source of where it's coming from when it comes to death.
And if I'm not mistaken, he said it could be ugly or pretty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I get what you're saying.
You know, because the people who are still here have to receive the message of what death has brought to them. You know what I'm saying? So of course some people are going to become stronger in the wake of people's passing, and some people are going to become weaker in the wake of people's passing. But it's still all coming from the same place as far as I'm concerned. I might not be right about that, but I'm just saying how I feel. If every life, if I'm gonna blame every life on God, then I gotta blame every death on him too, because he's guaranteed us both. Yeah. He guaranteed us life, and he's guaranteeing us death. So I can't. I'm just saying. I can't just call on him when it. Yeah, I can't just call on him when it suits me. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. Grandma lived to be 94. You know what I mean. But you know she got her wings today. Oh, it's all good because Grandma got her wings, right? But the young boy that got shot around the corner, oh, that's the devil because he was caught up in the street game. I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about all that. For all I know, the young boy lost his life, so the other young boys around the way can learn something from that. Some are going to take from that example. Some are not going to take from that example. So they might have to lose another one until it starts to sink in. But no matter what, the beat is going to go on. It ain't going to stop. People ain't going to stop dying, and it looks like people ain't going to stop killing either. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this. But I'm gonna tell you this. I think that people who kill people are toxic. That's for sure. No way I'm backing up off of that. You toxic. You be killing niggas. but yeah, man, getting back on to the topic, toxicity can come in different forms for different people. Like I took the liberty of looking up the word toxic. And it says toxic means poisonous. It means very harmful or unpleasant in a pervasive or insidious way. It says denoting or relating to debt that has a high risk of default. Well, fuck that one. But we know that it's poisonous, and we know that something that is poisonous to you is something that's going to make you feel bad. And of course, if people intentionally try to make us feel bad on a regular basis, I would consider that to be toxicity. But if you're the type of person that feels bad no matter what people do or say because you have trust issues, stemming all the way back to your abandonment issues and your neglect issues, then I might not be able to take your word for it, or your version of what people are. I mean, your version of what toxicity is as it relates to people or situations or relationships. Because like I said, I know for a fact that I've been called toxic by some people, or women that I've dealt with said that we were in a toxic relationship. And I'm like, yeah. First of all, if I was toxic to you, or if we were in a toxic relationship, don't ever come around me trying to get back with me. And most chicks that I've been with have tried to get back. So I'm like, oh, so you trying to get some more of the toxic wood? It's poisonous, son. I'm like, nah, that shit ain't poisonous. I ain't never burned none of y'all bitches. Fuck is you talking about? You know what I mean? You want to suck it out. We not doing that. We not doing that. But I know that I've never intentionally hurt anybody. It doesn't mean that nobody got hurt. But I think that intention means a lot.
Because if I'm proactively going out there, you know, like, yeah, man, I don't give a fuck about none of these hoes. I don't give a fuck about none of these bitches. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just do me. You know, like whoever get caught up in the wake, that's on them. You know, I don't have any sympathy or I don't have no sympathy for the weak. Only the strong survive. You know, she got to get her weight up. She got to get her weight up to be with me. You know what I mean? Yeah, I could take that approach, and if that was the approach that I was taking, then then me wearing that toxic label is valid. But if it's just the fact that, you know, this chick take somewhere between 5 and 10 selfies a day, and if she don't get 50 likes per photo, something is wrong with this chick. You know what I mean? Or if I'm dating a model, and I don't know if you've ever dated a model, but it ain't an easy thing to do. It ain't an easy that ain't no easy chick.
Not yet.
Yeah, but well, one thing about being with a model is that they used to a whole lot of attention. This shit is more. It's about more than money. You know what I mean? If we're talking about fashion models, that shit, and I ain't even just talking about fashion models, and I'm not just talking about women. Any woman that has ever been with a bodybuilder understands, like, that nigga needs validation from you 24/7. Well, you look, I worked out again today. Look, I do this pose. You don't be coming to my pose downs. You don't be you didn't tell me how great I looked today. Fuck out of here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, that ain't no easy thing that's not an easy thing for a woman to deal with. You know, like trying to keep this motherfucker head in the game all the time. And he don't really do nothing for a living. Like, you mean to tell me you lift weights for a minute? I mean, for a living? I can see if you are an athlete, but you lift weights and grease your body down and take pictures for a living, nigga? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird when you really think about it. You know, one thing is for sure, you ain't gonna see no dudes, you know, bigging him up. Like, if I can dunk a basketball, you know, Cassie's gonna be like, yo, dang, you slam that shit, do it again. But if I'm working out all the time, that shit don't benefit nobody except for me.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I was gonna say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. You know, niggas that's like that. I had a homeboy that I used to be in a circle with. Like, he was like I said, everybody that I used to run with older anyway. But he was like one of the oldest. But I had a homeboy in the circle that I used to run with, and he was like that. He was one of them cats. Like, he worked out, like dark skin ass nigga. Mm-hmm. He was tall, like, you know what I'm saying. He worked out and shit. He always went to the nail shop, got his nails, you know what I'm saying, done up. Like, he was like one of them photos, like, he always want to take pictures, want to be, you know what I'm saying, pretty boy type nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the fruit, like, he like came out, nigga gave him bitch.
Yo, hold on, because I got something for you. I was going to keep this in the tuck, but this shit irked this shit irked my soul today. Let me tell you something.
I'm sorry if I didn't say it right, bro.
Nah, you good.
I'm my bad if I offend anybody in the elevator queue.
No, don't be apologizing to motherfuckers. We ain't doing that. No, fuck that. No. We ain't apologizing to no LGBTQ. Fuck that. Who they be apologizing to? Do they apologize to anybody when they do their shit? No. So I ain't apologizing to them for shit. The motherfuckers all they do is win. What you gotta apologize to the winner for? Shit, they the champion. They gotta give them motherfuckers no apology. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me today. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I had to go get fingerprinted for this new job I got, right? So I get to the fingerprinting joint.
This bitch sitting on your spirit.
Yo, this shit, son. All right. So I get to the fingerprinting joint, and it was just like this little place in the cut. I never knew it was around the way. So it's this little place in the cut. And the dude that was in there, I'm thinking like, oh, okay. He just, you know, I guess he just worked there or whatever. So it was this lady who was looking for the same place when I was going in, so I let her go in first, you know, and he saw me get to the door first, so he was going to help me first, even though I let her in first. So I'm already like, that caught my attention. I was like, So he takes me to the back. He didn't even say like, he ain't asked me my name or nothing. Like, he was like, all right, sir, you know, come to the back here. I'm like, you know, what about the woman? You know what I mean? Like, I let her in first, so technically she should go first. He told her, all right, you know, wait a minute, just wait a minute, you know. And I was like, wait a minute. I noticed this little twang in his voice, like, you know, it sounded it's a little soft. But I'm like, look, I don't need this on my mind right now. So first of all, he was one of them little skinny sweatpants wearing wavy head, you know, niggas, you know. So I'm like, all right, look, I'm not gonna be stereotyping nobody today. I'm just here to get these fingerprints done and you know, and then bounce. So he takes me to the back. He asked me for my ID and all of that. But he was acting like he knew I was coming. You know, it was weird, right? So maybe it was because I did the application online and he already, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, okay. I gave him my ID and he was complaining about the chick. He was like, man, I should have closed today. And I was like, what? He said, I should have closed today. I was like, why? He said, because it's a holiday. Plus, I'm just not in the mood today. I was like, oh, okay, all right. So he was like, all right, I need your 2 thumbs. So, you know, like the shit is digital now. You know, it ain't like back in the day when you used to get fingerprinted. You had to use ink and all of that. You had to get your hands dirty. So he took my hands, and I was like, we in the COVID era. Why this nigga don't have on no gloves? You know what I mean?
Seconds.
Like, why ain't he wearing no gloves? Like, he touching me, and then I had to do like I had to do the other fingers, right? So we doing the fingers. I'm like, all right. Then the nigga, yo, man, this is what got me. Then he started, I guess he was feeling that I wasn't feeling none of that shit. He must have been able to feel my straight energy. Because he was like, yeah, he said something about his son.
60
and he said my bitch ass son or some shit like that. I was like, who talks about their son like that? Yeah, my bitch ass son, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, this nigga, yo, he said, this gun is hurting me. He had the pistol on him, but he had the pistol right here, like by his crotch instead of on his hip. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, do my fucking fingerprints. Let me get the fuck out of here. What we doing? I'm like, nigga, I don't need to see your gun, and I don't need to see your gun placed there. And ain't a nigga alive who put his gun there. That's straight. You fuck around, shoot your dick off, you dickhead.
Y'all rock different. Y'all rock different up there.
No, we don't rock different. He rocked different. You know what I mean? That motherfucker was he was soft as powder. He was talc. He was soft as. Listen. He was soft. He was softer than what's that powder? Shower to shower. He was softer than shower to shower powder. like yo.
Well, I guess he thought the clock made him harder.
Yo, man, I'm like, what the, on some real shit. It's a fingerprinting joint. He don't do nothing there except for do fingerprinting and like the other federal shit, like driver's license photos and all that shit. FBI type shit. I'm like, what you need a gun for? Y'all not dealing with no cash here. Ain't no cash. What you need a gun for? You need a gun because motherfuckers because you handling straight niggas with no gloves on and talking soft and you know what I mean? Like, look, I felt violate like get my fucking ID back, nigga. Fuck out of here. The pussy. Salty as shit. I ain't apologizing no LGBTQ. Fuck y'all niggas. But all right, man, we gotta get on out of here. But once again, man, I appreciate you calling in. You my dude.
Yes, sir.
I holler at you.
Shalom, bro.
All right. That's my man throwing down right there, man. I appreciate his truth. You know what I mean? I appreciate his truth and how he brings the proof. The proof of the truth. Yeah, no. Yeah, because I'm like, something ain't feel right. It ain't. I'm like, what's it? We in the COVID era. I got on the mask. So why, if I got on the mask, shouldn't you have on the gloves? You just gonna be touching niggas on their skin? He touched me. I might have got that shit. Running around here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to start next week. Emily told me something. I bet he wanted to call you. Wait. I bet he wanted to tell you your hands were soft. My hands ain't soft. So no, I bet you he didn't want to tell me that. My hands ain't soft. You know, matter of fact, look at these scaly ass hands. You see that? You see all them cracks and crevices and shit? You know what I mean? I don't use lotion. So my hands will be hard. You know what I'm saying? I scratch the nipple when I touch the titty. I don't play. I ain't no bitch. Shut up, Carrie. I want to hear that shit. Yeah, Carrie. You talking about something? Yeah, he wanted to show you a gun, all right. Yo, you see the way he did it? He was like, this gun. He lifted up this shit. I'm like, pussy. Fuck out. Yo, give me my shit. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Yeah, gun hurting you. Shit. Maybe you ought to put it in the back and shoot yourself in the ass. Yeah. Emily said there was a few calls. Yeah. The other one jetted. He jetted. He got up out of here. Yeah. All right, man. Listen, man. Y'all not gonna be listen. I'm a man. Y'all not gonna be here violating me. Already been violated one time today. Y'all not gonna be here violating me. Y'all ain't gonna be here. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. November 11th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. And by the way, everybody that's in this chat room is toxic. You see how y'all doing me? Y'all toxic. I'm not sensitive. Y'all are toxic. Each and every last one of it. One of you. TK Wright, you're toxic. Emily, you're toxic. No. Stacy White, not toxic. That's right. She's not toxic. Yeah. No, I don't know if Nars. No, he ain't toxic. Yeah, that Veronica, very toxic. She's been toxic since like 1977. And so you cool. And Carol, she all right. The rest of y'all, mad toxic. This is ridiculous. Wait. Cheryl, you ain't say nothing. You ain't toxic. I know you gonna bust my balls later on, though. That's toxic. All right. Number one out the box, Aaliyah Muhammad, turning 40 years old today. Welcome to the 40-40 Club. Bow, 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 bow. Yeah, what's up now? And Tracy Roberts, turning 48 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And Mariah Mama Jennings, turning 26 years old today. And Yolanda Davis, happy birthday to you. And my girl, go-getter Tracy Determined, turning 38 years old today. Excuse me. And Doris Fox Davis, happy birthday to you. Excuse me. And Sydney Yao, happy birthday to you. And Jean-Marie Pascale, turning 31 years old today. And Denise Carter, turning 28 years old today. And towing Fatmar C, turning 32 years old today. And Byron Sydney Pretty, happy birthday to you. And BPM musicians Miles Punchilianes, turning 32 years old today. And Kadira Thomas, happy birthday to you. And my man Doug Bell, going all the way back to the Penn State days, happy birthday to you. And Michael Project Urban Life, happy birthday to you, my brother. And Renee Henry Hand, happy birthday to you. And my girl, go-getter Ann Martini, turning 54 years old today. And Steve Collins from 100% Old Head, happy birthday to you. And Tanya Blanco, happy birthday to you. And my girl Sharon Durham, happy birthday to you. And going all the way back to the Penn State days, my girl Erica Adams Goodwin, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, Annette Davis, the number one. Annette Davis, the number one. A happy birthday. Hope that you're having fun. Annette Davis, the number one. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday with this glorious November 11th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, toxic relationships, toxic people running around talking about toxic, he toxic, she toxic, they toxic, we toxic, toxic. Well, sometimes people are a little too sensitive, but either way, if you're a toxic person, or if you're in a toxic relationship, probably the thing to do is to try to do an inventory and audit and check that situation that you're in. Or if you are the situation, check yourself. Some counseling can always help. And if you don't think that counseling will reduce the toxicity in your situation, then you should probably get counseling and remove yourself from the situation. Probably. One thing is for sure is you don't have to live in that type of situation, and you shouldn't be exposed to that involuntarily. People take unfair advantage of other people all the time, especially when they think that they're weak. And you don't have to be a part of a situation where somebody does not believe that you are worthy of being treated well. So please find out where you are with a situation and with a person, or if you are the person. Evaluate yourself and see what's going on. Do something about that. I mean, life is too long when you're suffering. It's too short when you're doing all right or when you're striving. Okay. So we will be back tomorrow night. We will be back tomorrow night for a daily. So y'all be good, man. Be safe. If y'all going out tonight, I haven't said this in a while, but if y'all going out tonight, man, please be careful. Please be careful. I don't care what nobody say. I know that a lot of people have been vaccinated and all that kind of stuff, but people are still out there getting that virus, and they still out there spreading that virus, and people still getting sick and all of that. And I don't want none of my people to be a part of that number. Oh, when the saints come marching in. Oh, when the saints come marching in. I wanna be in that number when the saints come marching in. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love you right back to life. You think I don't when I do? You think I stand up be abused? We ain't doing that. Make sure that y'all hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. Make sure that y'all share the show, and make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So love is love, baby. So this is what we got to do. You know who, you know how we gonna do. And this is how we really are. You know how it go. You are a star. And you know how we gonna go. Oh, Blog Talk is lagging crazy. So. And here we go now. So we'll see y'all tomorrow night, and it's gonna be alright. And I was glad tonight to have y'all in my sight. And you know that's right, y'all. Yeah, you know that's right. Everything is gonna be okay. I see y'all tomorrow, and that's Friday. Oh, yes. What we gonna be talking about tonight? Let me see if I know. Hold on, y'all. See if I know what we talking about tomorrow night. And what I tell y'all we gonna talk about tomorrow night will probably be right. It could be good. Nope, I don't know what we talking about tomorrow night. But it's gonna be something dope. And I can guarantee you that now. We go back down. That's right. That's right. Carol, that's right. You ain't have to join into that shit. You know what I mean? She understands. She ain't like y'all. That's why she my favorita. That's why she me favorita. Not you. Her. Not you. We get out of here. I peace out. I see you tomorrow. I don't have to put up with this shit. You know, I don't have to do that. We get out of here. We keep it moving around here. You know, the Blog Talk, we go bye-bye with the Blog Talk. And for you YouTubers, you know that's how we do it. We not on that gay shit bullshit. I see you tomorrow night, my boo-boos. You know this bullshit. I know. You're fronting. You're fronting. Why are you fronting? You don't have to front. I holla. No fronting.